So today we're going to talk about Social Security and Medicare cuts. I want to give you the truth as to what is going on here. Because you probably heard the rumors that Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare benefits for millions of Americans. But do you know where that statement originally came from? Most people don't. Well, what we're going to discuss today is the cuts to Social Security and Medicare. What's happening? And I want to bring this up because earlier on today, I was watching Fox News Today, and Republican Representative Steve Scalise, he's the number 2 Republican in the House of Representatives. He gave us some insight as to what Republicans' plans actually are. So again, this is very important. He's part of the Republican Study Committee. He is one of the leaders there. So that's a very big thing, is when he talks, we need to listen. But first, who came up with the idea that Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare? Because again, this is going to cut benefits to millions and millions of already eligible recipients. Now, the fact that these are cuts, right? We need to dig into this. Well, the statement just isn't true. This statement, it came from Democrats. Keep in mind, what is coming up on November 8th? This is why you're going to see Democrats come out and say, do you want to vote for the people that want to cut Social Security and cut Medicare? Probably not. That's exactly what Bernie Sanders came out and said today. But do Republicans really want to cut benefits? No. But according to Representative Steve Scalise, he said earlier on today, and I quote, "That is not something we have proposed. We have proposed strengthening and shoring up Medicare and Social Security." Now I'm going to touch on that in just a second. Because we know that there are some Republicans that would like to see Social Security and Medicare and pretty much all social programs just absolutely cut and axed, right? But what Republicans have been trying to do for some time now is shore up Social Security and shore up Medicare by making some strategic changes, okay? Now, it would likely be political suicide for any Republican or Democrat to vote in favor of these cuts, okay? But I want to address what is going on, because right now we know Social Security has until 2035 roughly before they become insolvent. Medicare would become insolvent after 2028, so the clock is actually ticking in an attempt to get something done. Now, let's talk about what is coming, okay? Because what Republicans have been wanting is to cut benefits to new Social Security and new Medicare beneficiaries. That is their proposal, is to cut benefits. Now, to come out and say to cut benefits is technically not the right word, but I'm going to use that just because that's kind of where what most people are saying anyway. But the truth is, they don't want to cut anything. They just want to give less benefits, right? And it's not to existing beneficiaries. It's to new beneficiaries. So right now, getting an agreement on this matter is going to be very difficult and will likely cause issues. But here's what the Republican Study Committee is actually proposing. So this is what Republican Representative Steve Scalise, again, the number 2 Republican in the House of Representatives, this is what he's saying. The Republican Study Committee, they are proposing gradually raising the eligibility age for both Social Security and Medicare. So instead of 62 and a half, right, or 65, or full on Social Security benefits, right, where you meet the age of 67, they're saying, let's raise that. Let's get a little higher, just a little bit. Maybe you don't reach full retirement age until the age of 70 or 68, right? 69, right? That's what they're discussing. Raising that age. And being that, yes, we do live a little bit longer. And I'm not saying we live like 10, 20 years longer. I'm talking about additional, in the past 20 years, I think we live an additional like 13 months longer, right? A little bit over a year. So good news there. But yeah, they're talking about raising the eligibility age for both Social Security and Medicare. Just keep in mind, if you are currently receiving benefits, this wouldn't play any role for you whatsoever. As long as you were already receiving benefits, this would not you would not have to factor any of this in. So, good news there for those that are currently receiving benefits, you would not see any cut, right? The other one, the Republican Study Committee is proposing slowing the growth of benefits for higher income earners on Social Security. Okay? And then Medicare would actually move to a new model where seniors actually would receive a premium subsidy to buy either government-run or private-run health insurance. So that's what the Republican Study Committee is proposing. Then on top of that, Democrats are wanting to increase taxes on the wealthy in order to really fully fund Social Security even further. They don't want to be talking about insolvency in 5-10 years. They want to make sure these programs have the funds necessary to run. Now, one thing we know right now is that Republicans have said that they would actually consider leveraging the need to raise the U.S. Debt ceiling next year in 2023 in order to meet the demand for Medicare and Social Security to actually provide or to prevent insolvency in the near future. So as of right now, this shows that there's some room for negotiation and changes in the upcoming government funding bill and once they address the debt ceiling later on in 2023. So that's what we know regarding Social Security and Medicare. And again, I just wanted to provide you with the truth. Not because, I think, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're going to see cuts, right? No, I don't think we're going to see this. I don't think Republicans are going to get this. Even if Republicans held the majority in the House and the Senate, even if Republicans held the majority in the House, the Senate, and the presidency, I don't think there would be enough here to get this done. It would depend on what the year is. But if it's during an election year, I don't think this happens. Now, one thing I can see happening, if Democrats get a little more control, okay, in the Senate mainly, we could see the House and the Senate pass a bill, pass legislation that would not only, that wouldn't actually shore up Social Security, but what it would do, actually provide more benefits, not to existing beneficiaries, but to people that are wanting to go and retire, right? Collect Social Security, but don't want to do it yet because they're not at the full retirement age. What we could actually see is the retirement age go down, not up, go down. So you would increase benefits, right? Just like Democrats say Republicans want to cut benefits, Republicans would be telling you, yeah, they're trying to increase benefits, which should actually increase the chances of insolvency in a sooner date. So it's kind of what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.